incorporate it if you are trying to get to that next level. If you are doing something that requires you to do that, like a half marathon, a half Ironman, or like some really, really long event, it's almost necessary that you do that.
Right.
So like if you're thinking, should I do this as a normal person that is not going to go for these long endurance exercises, you might be able to do that like once a week, and it would be okay. Some cautions, and this is probably one of the most important things. If you do decide to do this, nutrition is critical. You will have a positive benefit.
Yeah.
So you can do more work. You're going to have a better aerobic capacity. You're going to be able to probably, handle a little bit more load than you would otherwise be able to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So again, your main goal, most people's main goal for a 2-a-day is it's either I'm getting away from my time restrictive idea of being in one spot for 4 hours.
Yeah.
And or you're trying to increase your intensity level of those sessions.
Right.
So there's without a doubt, after 4 hours, you're going to start to slow down.
Right.
Like within about an hour and a half, 2 hours, you're going to start to really slow down.
Yeah.
So that's how we can mitigate that, and you're going to mitigate, like if you're doing a 2-day run, or if you're doing a 2-day like a bike run or something like that, you're going to get rid of the muscular damage, the oxidative damage, and everything else that you would occur if you're going to continue to go.
Right.
Once you get to a point where you completely deplete glycogen, which is stored glucose, once you just completely deplete your stored glucose, at that point you are exponentially like damaging your body.
Right, your body is using other sources for fuel.
Yes, like muscle, or like taking from your brain.
Yeah.
Your organs are starting to be like, what the heck? So they're starting to shut down a little bit.
Yeah.
I do want to talk about what happens afterwards. So when you are done exercising in the morning, you're going to do it 2-a-day. Let's say you're going to use it at night or in the afternoon. When you're done, you have to take in around 15 to 20 grams of carbohydrates and around that 5 grams of protein. You have to take in some food, right? It should be something that's easily digestible. Why? Because you want to replenish those glycogen stores. It is not a time to pretend like you want to burn fat. In fact, you need those calories. It's not a time.
It's not time to go on a cut.
It's not a time to do that. Like, you want to fuel your body for success. And really, that's my main thing about nutrition is like, we eat to train. We don't train to eat.
Right.
We eat to train. So in my world, like, calories, nutrient-dense foods are everything, right? Okay, so then you have to make sure that you're doing that before. I want to say after you're done, and before may or not be, depends on the person. Then you want to make sure that you're going into the next session with a little bit of fuel as well.
Right.
So the intermittent fasting tends not to work for most endurance athletes. It's really important, like if you're looking for supplementation, this is a good time to really hone in on that. For me, I think that branched chain amino acids and or glutamine are really nice. They both help with recovery. They help you get a little bit more carbohydrates stored into the muscles, and also help you with protein synthesis, making new proteins and whatnot. So I think that some of the limitations are going to be, again, like time, right? So if you don't have time to do that, that's a pretty big limitation. Yeah. You might not have the time to shower and like the logistics of it, get place to place. Yeah. Another limitation, honestly, is going to be your overall energy to give, right? A drawback would be that, I mean, you are going to end up being probably a little bit more tired. Again, we talked a little bit about the stress response. That could be a big limitation. One thing that you do want to keep in mind is this is turning into what Josh's primary ideas are, right? Is sleep. Like, if you are interrupting your sleep like significantly to try to get in at 2-a-day, like you are not getting in 6, 7, 8. I mean, you want to get in 8 hours of sleep. If you're not doing that and you're trying to do a 2-a-day, I would say like go for the sleep. If you only have 30 minutes, it might make sense, depending on the individual, to use that for a 3-a-day type of purpose. However, the more that you do that, the more stimulus and more stress hormones are going to be released. Exercise is not what you might say impartial to that, right? So you're going to still release cortisol. Your body is going to view it as, oh my gosh, what are you doing to me? If you do that too much, you're going to negatively impact yourself.